own experience, of working with a group in Papua New Guinea, I think we went convinced from the beginning that we weren't there to be, even the term missionary has connotations to it. The idea of being there and perhaps a model from the past of we're going to do everything for people and we're going to be here, indefinitely doing things. Rather than that, to be convinced that what we need to be is a catalyst for doing certain things, getting certain things in place, offering opportunities to people, and then seeing them come in and that. And we used to say this right from the beginning, before there were believers in that place. We told them, we're not here to become the missionaries for you in the sense of what their view of, they'd seen some, in the past, going back further, what missionaries do for people. We said that's not our role. We're simply here we'll teach you God's word and we'll help you in other practical areas. We'll teach you literacy skills, any number of things, but it's not so that you can sit back and think we're doing it for you. If this is going to go on, if it's going to actually be solid and do anything of value, you're going to have to take it on. And we demonstrated that in practical ways right from the beginning in that community. And I could give examples, whether that was, learning to use our radio so they could organise things when we were out, trusting them with money to be paying others, helping them set up a community store that was not ours but theirs, medical work, bringing them in as much as possible. As soon as there was a literacy class, we taught, my wife Linda taught them to be the teachers of the literacy program. As soon as we taught God's word, even before they were believers, some of them became responsible to share that, like with recordings and then, of course, when there were believers, to spend a lot of time working with a handful of guys, of families, couples, and they became the core then of the work. And we gradually began to extract ourselves from the upfront involvement. We moved with a team to another community. We worked alongside them, saw them take it on, and then that was shared on with others. But I think that was a growing realization for us. And I became aware, as time went by, that I'd gone still with this view that people who maybe didn't have the same education or the same background would be limited in what they could take on. And it was a real lesson, sometimes a shock, and a growing understanding that when people are properly taught and equipped with the resources of God's word and discipled as to how to apply that in daily ways, seeing and absolutely being convinced that they could do everything in terms of God's work and in other areas that we could, and eventually surpass us because they were from that place. And they could relate to their own culture and their own people in ways we never could. And we saw that happen in the people group where we worked, and saw them take it on to the point where they could say to us, we hate to see you go, but we're ready now for you to go, because we're here with God, with His Word, with His Spirit, and we're actually ready to take it on. And we've seen that last over the last 15 or more years since we were there.